Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will take an example for the design of pillar foundation. So this is our problem. In this problem, it says design and sketch the foundation for a 2.5-meter high, one brick by one brick modular bricks are basically used in this one brick by one brick masonry brick pillar supporting an axial load of 20 kilonewton and the safe bearing capacity of soil is 12 ton per meter square. Angle of repose is 30 degree and soil density is 18 kilonewton per meter cube and use PCC 1 is to 3 is to 6 as in the foundation concrete. So in this, the data which is given to us, we will be using this data to design it. So in this, we have the brick pillar, sorry, we have the brick pillar, and because it says this is one brick and this is one brick. So with this, we have to see what will be the dimensions of the column. So as I said earlier, if we are using modular brick, we know the size of brick as 190 by 90 by 90. And with mortar, it becomes 200 by 100 by 100. So in this case, this 200 will be one brick. So here, one brick means 200. Similarly, this one brick means 200. So the size of brick pillar is 200 by 200 mm. So this is how we try to have the dimension of the brick pillar if it is given in terms of brick length. And it says it is supporting an axial load of 20 kilonewton. It means it is supporting this load and the load is 20 kilonewton. And the soil bearing capacity is 12 ton. Now we have to convert this ton into kilonewton per meter square. So this is 12 ton per meter square. Now roughly we can consider 1 ton equivalent to 10 kilonewton. So it means the soil bearing capacity becomes 120 kilonewton per meter square. Similarly, the angle of repose, which means the phi value is given here as 30 degree, and soil density, which means lambda is given here as 18 kilonewton, and this is basically the value of QC, which is the safe bearing capacity, and the PCC grade is given to us 1 is to 3 is to 6. So we will use this grade to find the value of MR, which means modulus of rupture, for the calculation of thickness of the foundation. So let's start our problem. So first step here is to calculate the minimum depth of foundation. We can calculate this using the Rankine's formula. Now we know all the terms given in the question, QC, lambda, phi. So putting all the values. So here we put all the values. So the depth so calculated is 0.73 meter, and you can see this 0.73 is equivalent to 730 mm and it is greater than 500 mm. It means we will be adopting D as 730 as it is. And also I have written here 730 is greater than 500 and therefore the depth is okay as per Indian standard code of practice. Then we will move to the next step. Here we will calculate the design load for foundation, and design load consists of calculation of W1, W2 and W3. So W1 is already given in the question. W1 is the load supported by the pillar. So it is given that the column is or pillar is supporting an axial load of 20 kilonewton. So it is given. And W2 is the self weight of pillar. Now self weight of pillar can be calculated as area of cross section multiplied by height of pillar. So this area of cross section multiplied by height of pillar, this is actually volume of pillar. So we know what is the area of cross section. It is 0.2 multiplied by 0.2, which we have just I have shown you in the previous slide. And height of pillar is given in the question, which is 2.5 meter, and density of brickwork is also given. So we have all the values. So 0.2 into 0.2 is the area of cross section of the brick pillar multiplied by height of brick pillar. So that is the volume multiplied by density of brickwork. So brickwork density is uh, 18 kilonewton. Sometimes it is not given in the question. So in that case, this brickwork density varies between 18 to 20 kilonewton per meter square. So by chance, if it is not given in the question, we can adopt this brick density between 18 to 20. So multiplying this, we get the value of W2 as 1.80 kilonewton, and self weight of footing, which is W3, is basically the 20% of W1 plus W2. So that is how we can calculate this W3. So W3 becomes 4.36 kilonewton. Now adding these three loads will give us the design load for the foundation, and the design load for foundation becomes 26.16 kilonewton. So that completes our step 2. Now moving to the step 3. In the step 3, we have to calculate size of footing, and size of footing will be calculated by two criteria. One is size by calculation, second size by stability criteria. So first we will see size by calculation. So in the size by calculation, we will find out the area of footing, ACal, and it can be calculated by this formula, design load by SBC. We have the design load, we have the SBC. So putting all the values, we get the area of footing as 0.12 meters square. And now our brick pillar have square cross section. It means foundation will also have square cross section. So we can calculate the side B. We can calculate the side B of the footing as under root A. So under root A is under root 0.12. So calculating this, we get the value of B as 0.47 meter or 470 mm. And because it is square, so other side will also be having the same dimension. Now this is how we calculate the size of the footing by calculation. Now we will calculate the size of footing by stability criteria. Now in this stability criteria, we know that B can be given by this relation, x plus 2b plus x. Now here, as I said, that suppose if this is our column and this is 200 dimension, this is 200 dimension, and this is, so here what is x? X is, so this projection is called x. So we can adopt the value x, say adopting the value of x as 150. Now we have the value of x, we have the value of b. So putting all the values, we can calculate the value of capital B as 150 plus 2 into 200 plus 150, and it gives us the side B as 700 mm. So now you can see uh, the value of B by calculation was 470 mm, and by stability criteria it is 700 mm. So it means this gives us the higher value of B, and therefore we will adopt the size of footing as 700 by 700, which is governed by the stability criteria. So as I have written here, as the side of footing by stability criteria is greater than uh, by calculation criteria, the area of footing will be higher by stability criteria, and hence adopting the size of footing as 700 by 700 mm. Now moving to the next step, in which we have to find out net upward pressure. So net upward pressure can be calculated by using the relation W1 by W2 divided by size of footing adopted. So we have adopted the size of footing as 700 by 700 mm, but because the load is in kilonewton, we will consider this value in meter. So with this, we can calculate the value of P as 44.49 kilonewton per meter square. Now moving to the next step. In this step, we will calculate the thickness of foundation. Thickness of foundation here is represented by small d, and this small d can be calculated by the relation we have derived in the previous part. So it is 3 into 10 raised to power 3 into p into x square. So in this, we will put all the values. So as I said, P will be written in kilonewton per meter square, X will be in mm, Mr will be in Newton per mm square, and the value of Mr for the given PCC grade is 0.352. So I have directly put this value from the table. So this is in mm, this is in Newton per mm square, and this is in kilonewton per meter square, because the unit conversion is already considered in account. So calculating this, we get the depth as 92.37 mm. So that is the minimum thickness we should provide for PCC. So we will round off this value to the higher side. So ultimately, we are adopting the thickness of foundation bed as 100 mm. So that completes our calculation work. Now, after this, we will make the sketch of the foundation, and the sketch of foundation will something look like this. So this is the cross section of the pillar foundation. So the thickness or the width of pillar foundation is 1 brick, and this is the size we have adopted, which is 700 by 700. And in the plan also you can see these are the projections we have adopted as X, and you can see all the things are provided here. The 100 is the thickness we have calculated, and this was the total depth of the foundation. Generally, this depth of steps, we generally take this value randomly. So the depth of each steps should be equal. So we have taken this equivalent to 200 and 200, and the remaining depth will be this one. So from the ground to the first step, this will be the remaining depth, that is 230 mm. So that is how we draw the sketch. So that completes this design problem. So in the next part, we will see how to design the wall foundation. So the steps are more or less same, but there are some changes. We will see that in the part. Thank you.